What up, guys? We're back. The other night I was working on the 240 and I came over here, got my ECU, my wiring harness for the Tahoe Vortec, and I plugged in everything I could. Most of it I was able to find a plug. Everything went where it goes. Took a while to figure it all out. I'm not even sure where this thing goes. For the most part, we got a lot of it wired up. There's a couple things missing, like the O2 sensor. I think the plugs are different, so I'll just cut them off that harness and then use the old O2 sensors. Or I could just put new O2 sensors in my new exhaust. So regardless of what we do there, the plan is I found some wiring diagrams. It looks like this harness here is for all your headlights. And I found a little pinout for this guy here so I can figure out what needs to go to the ECU, what goes to the battery to make this work. This is the 88 transmission. It's a TH700R. I thought it was a 60L, whatever, 4L60E. And turns out it was like the predecessor or whatever. It's the one before it. So it's all mechanical. I figured there is a spot, which is kind of nice here for my mechanical linkage, which is cool. I still need to install the front end. I think what we're going to do is I'm going to try and figure out this wiring, see if I can get power where it needs to go eventually. And then I will start installing the front end or vice versa, because I still need, before I can really crank it, I want to put these into the radiator so I don't leak fluid anywhere. I don't know if it will, if it's not moving. Not too sure. Oh, I forgot I still got to put this pulley on, take it off the old one. Cool, so got some stuff to do. I don't know what I'm going to tackle today. I've been doing a lot of research, and now I wanted to actually touch the car and see if I can figure out what research I've come up with, if it's correct, how far I can get with it, how difficult it's going to be, all those questions. So I'm pouring some oil in, making sure there's no leaks. Alright, so basically where I'm at right here is where all your wires come from in there, the ignition switch, the fuse panel, all that. So I labeled what wires are coming out of there that I need to run this engine with this chassis harness, I guess you could call it. So I got here like G1, ECMB, constant power, starter crank, C2, so I can look that up. I gotta write what that is. AC, I'm not gonna run that yet. Starter crank for the ECM, I don't know if it's gonna run that, but I just marked it anyways. And then alternate fuse, I don't know what that's for. And then main 12 volt there. So we got pretty much what I need. I got the voltage. I got the voltage that's going to go to the starter when I turn the ignition switch. And I got my ECU here, and I have a diagram, wire diagram for the pins. But I think basically what I need is this setup. I need all the fuses and relays obviously for it. But I need to find out which wire is what, so that way I can run the wire to there instead of into there, or I could just splice them in and still have it run to there just in case it needs it. But that's basically where I'm at for that. So this is from my transmission, the TH700R or the 4L60 before they made the electrical version. It has this piece here where it would hook up to the carburetor. This throttle body also has where this can hook up. So this would just hook up bloop, like that. And then whenever the throttle opens, it goes forward and it'll get tight. So that should be pretty easy to set up. I got a couple things I need to get. Plug here, I need to figure out what goes there. I need to get the full intake. A couple holes over here I need to fill. Go to the junkyard and figure out what I need. Alright guys, been a couple days. I got my toolbox ready. We're gonna head to the junkyard to grab a couple things here to plug the valve covers. Looks like I need another sensor there. Blower motor box, just a couple things. Some stuff from S10s, some stuff from the Tahoe for this engine. I got a list of everything that I need. I got some fuses that I need. Those are all ready. Labeled the wires like I showed you before. Over here I'll show you what I'm working with. Got the Chilton manual for the engine. This is the engine harness. They have some stuff in there. I have also the harness on my phone, found online, so I can kind of bump them together and try to understand. And I got this sweet wiring diagram manual from eBay. Someone, I guess, works for GM. And let's see. So page 3. So this one here actually shows me where it's coming out of the engine, or the that's this plug right here. All these wires, you have some of them labeled. Now this is factory Chevy, so I will be able to actually make sure, because I have this diagram kind of on my phone, but this actually tells me, you know, which wire goes where and for what reason, basically. And so I'm going to bump this. Some of this goes straight from there, straight to the starter's solenoid starter motor, and the other one goes here for the alternator. So there's going to be about 2 or 3 wires that go straight from here to the components on the engine, and then there's going to be about 2 wires or so that go to the Tahoe ECU, the computer. And so I just need to figure out which one goes where and why, and make sure that whatever these wires are don't have to go through the ECU, so it won't throw any engine codes or we'll have issues with the drivability or whatever. So just been kind of going over that stuff on my free time. This paperwork is going to be awesome. It's going to help me with so much. It's got actually even the wiring diagram for starting and ignition, and that'll help me a lot. I really want to get this thing going here. So that's it. We're going to head to the junkyard now. Let's go.
So we're on our first date of the year. This is where he brings me.
A lot of hidden gems. Found the first part we need. Right here, blower motor. This guy. All right, pretty successful junkyard run with the wife. I'll show you what I got. Here we got intake stuff, complete intake, besides the filter. I got my bracket for the throttle body, or the throttle cable. I have oil filler cap, blower motor. This one is in decent condition. I got 2 caps, fuse caps, and I got all the fuses in one relay I did not have, and the power cable for the starter and the alternator. Yeah, so I'll be back with you guys when we're working on this thing again.